Class 3A, we got Nolan Hellickson of Southeast Polk. He's unbeaten right now, chasing. He's a senior. He's going to Harvard next year, trying to get his first state championship, and he's taking on Skylar DeJong of Oskaloosa, who's also a senior. Down here in the Class 2A, we got Ryan Leisure of Clear Lake, who's a sophomore, 48-1. And then he's taking on Tristan Clark out of Prairie City, Monroe, who's a senior. And then in the 1A bout, we've got Tanner Greenwald of Wilton, who's a junior, taking on Josh Portillo of Clarion-Goldfield-Dows, who's also a junior. Interesting story that this Josh Portillo in the 1A, right before the sectional tournament, he'd been at 120 pounds all year long and ranked #1 and undefeated. He actually bumps up to 126 pounds to make the team a little bit tougher. So he bumped up for the sectional tournament without wrestling a single match at 126 pounds. And here you see him in the finals at 126 pounds. And throughout the tournament, he's gotten 2 majors and a pin, including over the defending state champ Nick Williams of Lisbon, in order to get to the finals here. So pretty tough kid in Josh Portillo.
Greenwald with a couple of big matches to get here too. A tough kid from Wilton, but now he stays in trouble there.
Portillo out to a 4-1 lead right now, quick, and he's trying to build on top of that. Kid was wrestled 120 all year long and bumps up to 126, and he's well on his way to winning a state championship. So I tell you what, that's having a lot of confidence, and you know, and feeling pretty good about yourself and knowing what your capabilities are to be able to go up to a weight class, you know, right before the districts or sectionals, and
impressive.
To be able to do something like that.
Yeah, I'm still amazed that there's very few 0-0s.
It gets started, doesn't it, Coach?
It gets started right away. I think Hellickson was in on the takedown he blew the whistle when he was in on the takedown. Now, it took him a little bit to finish, but he had to cut the corner and come up with it. But, you know, it's just they're going after it.
We are in the 126 class, so. You're watching the Iowa State Wrestling Champions presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. As the sole title sponsor of the Iowa High School Athletic Association, Iowa Farm Bureau provides millions of dollars, awards, recognitions, programs, grants, and scholarships, helping to support student achievement on the field and in the classrooms. Thank you to Farm Bureau. You know, another, and this is interesting, coaches, you know this so well, but we have Leisure, who's, you know, from Clear Lake, and Doble, you know, was a big upset winner. Well, not an upset winner, but a tough win against Holschlag, and they're really close in weights, and you see that. Not only the brothers, whether we got Portillos or, you know, but it seems like they mirror each other. You have some real tough kids that they go on a vision quest together in their weights, and they're close to each other like that, with Doble and Leisure being close in weight.
Yeah, I think they look ahead a little bit, and they kind of pick and choose, and they kind of work together, I'd say, at this, you know, at this level, more than at next level.
Yeah, I'm sure that they're good workout partners in the room. They wrestle with each other on a regular basis. I mean, they're teammates in a small town as well. But now we got Leisure down here who's hurt.
Just talking about him.
Looks like it's a knee, and that's the same knee that's all wrapped up. Right now, Leisure has a 4-0 lead, but he has to take injury time right now. In the second period, with 125 go, he's wrestling Tristan Clark of Prairie City, Monroe. Hellickson over here in the 3A mat. Halfway through the second period, he's out to a commanding 6-1 lead right now over DeJong of Oskaloosa. Right down here in front of us.
Southeast Polk leading your 3A standings right now, running away with it. He's the first wrestler to take the mat for the Rams.
Southeast Polk has just been so stinking tough. I mean, qualifying 13 guys to come here to the tournament and placing 11 of them. And that's after actually winning the state duels on Wednesday, too, and an absolute knockdown drag-out against Bettendorf in the finals late at night on Wednesday night, which makes it really tough for those guys in 3A because they had to be right back here at 7 a.m. the next morning to weigh in and wrestle at 9 a.m. And that's where a lot of training comes into play.
Opportunities are out there. When it comes to getting maximum productivity from your acres, who can you turn to?
I got a guy who works with me to customize a plan for each acre, not a one-size-fits-all solution.
I got a guy who knows which corn products will help me get more out of this field.
I got a guy who digs deeper and
treats my business like it's his.
Who do I turn to? My Channel Seedsman.
Find your Channel Seedsman at channel.com.
The president of Cookies Food Products.
Speed the Sauce Man here. We've got a very important press announcement to make. Cookies is changing all of their products. Oh no, I'm sorry. We're just changing just the labels. Our Western style is now Western Bold Smokehouse. Our country blend is now Tangy Mustard Country Blend. Our original barbecue sauce, Sweet Hickory, Wings and Things hot sauce, taco sauce, and flavor enhancer all have a new look.
Cookies, same great recipes, brand new look.
Back at the State Wrestling Championships on the Fairway Championship Network. David Bing along with Dan Gable and Mark Ironside. Mark, it just gets quiet in here. Somebody's waiting for something to happen, something to come out of our seats. It's about to happen in this weight class in 126.
Well, right there you just saw Josh Portillo of Clarion-Goldfield-Dows right there. He had Greenwald of Wilton on his back in a pretty good hold, almost pinned, but then Greenwald of Wilton was kind of in an uncomfortable situation, so he called for a timeout there, and we were awarded there. Josh Portillo was awarded his near fall points. He has a 14-1 lead now with a minute and a half to go here. So one more turn and this match is over in the form of a technical fall. This is one of two qualifiers for Wilton. Next one coming out of Brisker, 138 pounds, and this is gonna be it right here. Josh Portillo does a hip tilt on Greenwald, hip tilts him over, and that's the match. He's gonna attack the fall. Wow. Greenwald of Wilton right there. The minute left. That's an impressive victory for a guy that had been wrestling 120 pounds all year long, and then for the sectional turn decides to go up to 126.
Coach Gable, that's the goal you're talking about. Justin and Josh, the brothers, both taking home a state title.
Well, that makes it easier. Yeah. Makes it easier for the parents to live with.
Yes.
Or to live with your brother.
Over there in the 3A bout, Nolan Hellickson out to a good 8-2 lead over DeJong of Oskaloosa. And he continues, even though he's got an 8-2 lead, he's still, I mean, that's the thing I like about these guys and watching what I'm seeing so far. You haven't seen anybody get a lead and just kind of sit on it, you know, a 2-point lead or a 1-point lead. I mean, you watch these guys and they're continuing to build, you know, staying on the attack. They're building their score up. They're trying to score as many points as they possibly can. You know, and that's what wrestling's about. Sometimes is, you know, you get to this level where you get to the state finals and guys are, you know, pretty good, and they're, you know, it's not as, you know, it's more balanced. As Nolan Hellickson wins his state championship there.
That's his 4th trip, I believe, here, and that was his first state championship. So, you know, he's been waiting for it, and he gets it.
Well, he was 3rd last year at 120 pounds. 3rd the year before is 106 pounds. So 2 thirds and a first now.
Well, and if that Southeast Polk fan base wasn't big, it should be getting bigger. Should be a lot of bandwagoners. They are putting it together right now, putting together quite a stretch, and they like seeing one of their wrestlers go undefeated. Still got action, though, in Class 2A, Leisure and Clark.
Yeah, actually, that was his 3rd trip. So, but I'll tell you what, it's when you come here and you think you're going to win it, you need to win it eventually.
I think his
so that's a good win for him.
Mom and Dad standing right above us, Coach, I guess, so they're pretty excited.
You know, Mark was talking earlier about wins too much, or something like that. You know, I guess one time I was doing too much, and he kind of, believe it or not, he was the one that told me to back off a little. And when I backed off, it was the right thing to do. The team actually, my last year, because I was pushing him a little too hard, got a little carried away because we didn't look like we were going to win. But I was measuring the team by him a little bit, and he wasn't recovering as well. And he looked at me and said, man, I'm still tired yet. So, and we're getting ready to go into the competition. So you got to let him recover a little bit once in a while to get the best performance on him.
It's amazing to have that unique perspective and that trust with somebody that you've had with Mark. You've had a lot of special wrestlers like him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, not that we've gone perfect back and forth verbally, but we certainly have done a lot of great things together, and we'll continue.
There's 2 in Clear Lake with championships tonight. Ryan Leisure takes one. After you said last year, Bob Selby, of course, helping us with information, lost in the finals last year, so that's a big one for him.
Congratulations to Clear Lake having a good performance here. Ryan Leisure